to my YouTube video. My name is Postnatal, also known as Lwandile Kungeka. Hey guys, making this video has been a struggle and a half. Hey, I don't even want to get to it because all odds were just against me today. There was load shedding, umeza wamu, wavela nje walungisa imoto nje. So I am happy that I am finally doing this video. Before wasting or without wasting any of your time, I would like to thank all my subscribers, everyone that has subscribed, that has been with me from day one. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe. All right, let's get to the business of the day. Today's video is an exciting one, but an emotional one too. We will try to keep it exciting and less emotional. So today I will be talking about my pregnancy experience, a bit about it, and my post after I gave birth, my experience with that, how it was like. I'll definitely make a video on the delivery itself, but today I'm just talking about postnatal experience. This is a topic that I've never heard anyone tell or speak about. I've known that it's something that exists, but I've never heard anyone say, I have been through this myself. This was my experience. And I just felt like, okay, let me put it out there. Let me tell my own story, so that someone who is expecting currently, or someone who has experienced it themselves and at the time they felt ashamed, or I don't know, so that you know that you're not the only one. Women experience it, and it may not even be for people that are expecting or are looking to have children, but just to put it out there and to know that this is something that exists. And if you're a guy, you might have someone, your partner might be pregnant, your sister might be pregnant, you might know someone who is pregnant and who just gave birth, and you will know what signs, or if they are going through the same thing, what to do or how you can help them get through it. So today I'll be talking about my postnatal depression that I experienced. But before I get to that, I'd like to tell you a bit about the pregnancy itself, how it was and how it came about. So I am the one who proposed this. I don't know whether proposed is the correct word to use, but I'm the one who came up with the subject of making babies. But early Jan, after I moved to Cape Town, my husband and I, boyfriend at the time, we were staying together, and it was just after a couple of weeks of us staying together. So this one night, I just raised this conversation that, hey baby, how do you feel about having another child, a baby? Because he already has 2 kids, and for the longest time I felt like because he already has kids, he won't be as excited as I will be, because I felt like uzobediniwe. Ubona umuntu osenawo abantwana already akazuba excited because usithi wena ube uphethwe zimoods zakho, izinto zakho abeqomba makababa wayenjena ke. Senje ukubona umuntu uqombe asuka intoni nalona na indiyabazi ke xa enjena. So I thought that's how he'll be. So those were my fears at first, but I spoke with someone, and Uzi, I was like, my boyfriend I have kids, but my boyfriend doesn't. And he's been excited. He was excited, and we shared the experience together. The excitement, we shared it together. So even though I have kids myself, but it never took away the mere fact that I already have kids, never took away the excitement of having this new baby on the way. So that calmed me down a bit. So I brought up the topic, and yafikela ke emntwini already naye, but ke ndabe ngiqomba hayi mhlawumbi he's just saying he's ready kuba engafuni uniphoxa. So he said no. Cool. Hayi ke sisangena emsebenzini. Sacinga fana uba izothatha mhlawumbi months or weeks. I got off the pill. I think we conceived because I had my last period on the 9th of Feb. I think we conceived. I'm not really good when it comes to the dates of conceiving and whatnot in the period thing. We do have people that are good. I'm not. I just knew that my last period started on the 9th. I'm not sure on the day I ended my period. But my gane why bala ke nakin kokwake. So that was it. We conceived sooner than we thought. And I remember the day I felt sick. Emsebenzini. I kept going to the bathroom, throwing up. And every time I come back, umihlali no TK were like, Sisi, umithi wena. Carrot, yes, because then this time we eat carrots at the time. Kakhulu. I would pack carrots, lunch box raw ones, and umihlali naye made sure that she packs carrots for me. So babesithi umntanami with carrot, but at the time ndangazazi doba I'm pregnant. So after I got sick, then I will eat bana. No one to meet, but don't remember. It's too soon. I probably still have the pill system yam, so it can be. I'm not pregnant. I was sick the whole day at work, but every time we did it felt so uncomfortable. I think umntanam wayekhweleta nje wayequma jonga fana ndini suka kumamam. Because every time we did it was uncomfortable. It felt so uncomfortable. I don't know what was going on, to an extent that we thought inoba ndinesist. So this is us googling symptoms zesist. So yenyan zibuye zithi hayi cyst le, because now I would go pee and I would feel some discomfort. So that my cyst le. I can't remember what 10 was this number. Okay, before see what for your cyst, let's buy a pregnancy test. So I bought one. Ah, Disuke Jimmy. I bought one at Big Bathroom. I think we used it after I don't know how many days, but we used it. Dee was taking a shower. I came in and peed. But before I peed, I remembered, it was in the morning, I remembered, okay, we have a pregnancy test. So I asked him, Titin, do you answer the test? And he was like, so the test, zange ithathe nomzuzu, it was seconds, and it came out positive. Strong 2 lines came out positive. And from my side, I felt like, okay, it is positive, but what if it's wrong? Yena, he was excited. I think we both had mixed emotions at the time, because now I felt like, we need to take another one. So we go to the chemist and bought another one and did it the next day. Yeah, we did it the next day. The second one came out positive again. So now it was confirmed. But for me, I was excited. We both were. But for me, I felt I had my fears around it, that maybe it's still too soon. I don't want to get excited, and it's just some false alarm. I waited until it was confirmed. So we went for a scan, and it was confirmed that we are 15 weeks pregnant. And immediately after I walked out that consultation room, my tummy was like, it was like it was waiting for a confirmation. And I was like, I didn't look like this when I came in here. And then now all of a sudden my tummy is this big. So after that, we were excited. We started preparing for the baby. We had Omasi that always was always on my case, like, no, when are you buying stuff for the kid? Because this child might come anytime. And I'm like, and yeah, nobody lindo yo money osiva all the time, but so don't buy things early for umdana. So I've always had my fears nje oba I don't want to buy things early. Let's rather wait kancane. And because at some point I felt like, okay, because we won't be able to buy everything in bulk, which we ended up doing anyway. We ended up going to do his shopping. We bought the clothes. I think a few days before we went to buy the clothes, I placed an order online for some of my stuff that I needed for my hospital bag. But we bought everything at Bashili one. But yeah, I'm not talking hospital bags today. So Baba came. Story for another day. And he needs to be here when we tell you guys the story. I know there's a part I thandayo of what I was saying. I enjoy because he likes telling only that part and leaves out everything else, everything that he said himself to try calm me down. Or the funny on the day and how he chickened out. But we will tell you all about that. So Obaba came on the 9th of November. bayonthatha esibhedlele nomama. When I was discharged 4 days later, bayonthatha esibhedlele, came back home. I'm excited. Even nasesibhedlele, ngala 4 days sihleli phaa esibhedlele nomntanam, I was so excited. And sometimes umntanam ngathi ndingambeki naphantsi, like I was super excited. Then I was discharged and came back home. As sifika endlini, the excitement is there, but ayisekho kulaa peak ibikuyo anymore. Mama is here. She's assisting around the house. Bayancedisana nomalume. Oh, I call my husband malume. So bayancedisana nomalume around the house. My baby would cook. Umama would look after Umiyo. Then Dee would cook. Bancedisane with doing the dishes, because my mom has this belief that anikwazi anophatha anything sharp, any metallic stuff, any silver sharp knives or anything umntana engekawisi inkaba. And ke ndandibeleke nge-C-section, so I couldn't do much, so they were assisting me, and I was breastfeeding. Now the hard part comes. And yazi yaqala njani, but I just started disconnecting from Umiyo. Oh, sorry guys, I've never even introduced my baby to you guys, because abanye might know his name, some of you might not. So xa ndithetha ngoMiyo, ndithetha ngomntana wethu, our son. Igama lakhe xa liphelele nguMiyolo Licebo Khungeka. So when I had to breastfeed, that's when I realized, you know, I'm disconnecting from the chap, because mntanam wayelala, but xa evukileyo ke for his feeds and stuff, because mama wayesenza almost everything. So when I had to breastfeed him, it became a mission because I've disconnected from him. The excitement is not there anymore, and I kept on asking myself, Sid, what's going on with you? And I'm not saying anything to anyone, but this is just a feeling that endivayo mna ndindedwa uba hey ndiyabona ba I'm not the same anymore. The excitement is not there anymore. La nto yoba qombe ifulele ndiyamkhumbula ingase ndimvuse, I don't have that anymore. Uba ulele yayingase alale angavuki. If uvukile udume ngasanganiki, ngasahlale phaa kumama okanye ahlale kuye. I don't want to have anything with him. And that got to me, because when I picked up that there's something going on here, something is wrong, I was very emotional, cried about everything. Mind you, my mom is around, and I'm just an emotional wreck. I'm a mess. So my husband will be like, baby, but asixabenanga, asithenanga, umhlambi siyancokola, and something comes, okanye I'm just sitting nje ndithi ndihleli ndilinde umama to go outside mhlawumbi ayokuneka iimpahla zomntana, and then I'll start crying. Naye abe puzzled umntana abantu uba hayibo babe utheni, because akayazi uba nditheni, akho nto yenzekileyo, asixabenanga. he didn't even raise his voice or anything. He needed it all the time. So I think he also picked that up. There's something going on with her. But Eonando was me not wanting to hold the baby. Kwakufuneka andicenge when I had to breastfeed. Athi, baby, oh, come ncancise ke ndiyacela baby. Asikayithethe. I think naye he was scared to ask me uba, baby, don't you think this is what you're experiencing, what you're going through? But I'm sure he saw the signs. Maybe he might not have been sure that I was depressed, or mhlawumbe zange imfikele uba I'm depressed, but he definitely picked up that there is something that is going on. So I wouldn't want to breastfeed him, and I was a mess. I had my operation that was painful. Ngapha I have to breastfeed, and when I breastfeed, my nipples are cracking, they're bleeding. Ngapha, this person that's in front of the mirror, whenever I'm standing in front of the mirror, the person that I'm seeing is totally different. So I was my state of mind was just at a different place, a very dark place. But that lasted for a couple of days, because I remember, I don't know where we were driving to. So ndithi kuye, hey baby, andiyazi kwenzeka ntoni kum, but I've realized that I'm not as excited as I was, and I feel like umiyo andimthandi ngohlobo kumele uba ndimthanda ngalo, because I felt like hayi man, umntanam kumele uba ndiyamthanda but andimthandi ngohlobo endimele uba ndimthanda ngalo. That's when he also confessed, hey baby, I have picked that up as well. But before I spoke with him, I sent my sister-in-law a text telling her how I feel and how I've been, like being emotional, crying all the time, and how I was towards me. And she said that it could be postnatal depression. Then she suggested that I take myself out for a slice of cake and coffee or tea, whatever. Just for a slice of cake, just to lighten up my mood. So on this day we were driving, I tell him, he also confesses that no, I have picked that up. And uyibalisa made things different, because everything changed after we spoke about it, because I felt lighter, and the response I got from him was comforting, because he was supportive of me and didn't say uba udala ndikubona uba awumfuni umntana, or kubone the type of response that you would get from someone who's not as supportive. They would say, kudala ndikubona uba awufuni nomphatha umntana, no. Bendibona uba khona into eyenzekayo ngayo or anything, but he was so supportive, Shane. And throughout, nangela xesha yenzekayo wayengadinwa,
he did everything around the house and helped with Omio and understood that Setu is going through something, in as much as we're not talking about it, but she's going through something. And he stepped up. He was there, present at times where I wasn't. I'm not sure whether my mom picked something, but I don't think she did. Or maybe she did but didn't want to say anything. So, where I'm going with this story, so I think it only lasted for a week. After I started going out of the house more, I felt better, and eventually, Pela, and I started reconnecting with my baby again, and everything was fine after. So, where I'm going with this story, because when I tell this story, I always say, I think I understand people and Matetelili, and I'm not saying their actions are right, but I think I understand abantu abaye balahla abantwana babo. I'm not saying baye right into abayenzayo, ne? It's not, because umntana akanasono uze nawe. But as someone who has been at that position, who has experienced that different state of mind, I can say that I understand where they are coming from, and I wouldn't judge them anymore to say how heartless, how whatever, everything that I might have possibly said in the past about people who decide to just leave a baby at someone's door, at their father's doorstep or whatever. But I just put myself in their shoes. If I didn't have my mom, if I didn't have my husband there, had I been on my own with Omeo, I don't know what could have happened. Maybe I might not have hurt him or thrown him away, but the resentment that you go through during that period is too much. And it's so unfortunate that I've never even once had someone say, hey, this is what I went through, so that when it happens to me, I know this is common. This is something people go through. And maybe it would have even been easier for me to say earlier, to tell my husband, to tell my mom, and not be ashamed. Maybe I would have said it earlier. Maybe I would have known that being inside the house for that 10-day period, not going outside, not because uhlala uvalelekile, ungaphumi phandle, awubethwa ngumoya, awuphumi phandle, awuthini, ngapha you are in pain, ngapha you experiencing a whole different person. The person that you're looking at is different. How you feel, the breastfeeding part, when the baby is when they are English limkile, but when you're breastfeeding, now your nipples are sore, they are bleeding, all that you're going through at that time is a lot. Uyadinga uphuma phandle, ubethwe ngumoya, go for a walk, of which our parents believe you can't, because I don't know the reason behind that. But I could only go out after 10 days. So after I went out, I was so excited to leave the house, and that helped. And taking myself out helped, and talking about it also helped. Having a moment where I'm not with the baby, I'm just by myself. He's not here, I'm just by myself, and just have a moment to myself without him here assisted. So if you have also found yourself where I have been, you've experienced postnatal depression, I'd like to hear from you. How did you deal with it? How did you get through it? How long did it last for you? Because for me, I think it lasted for a week, and after that I was fine. Please do share. We might help someone who's currently going through it. We might help someone who is expecting and might go through it after they give birth. Even if it's a guy here watching, you have your sister, look at them, be supportive to them, be there, be present. It's a lot. It's a lot. You need full on support. You need a very strong supportive structure. So if you are the other person, please give 100% support to any female that you know. Please comment, like the video, comment on the comment section down below, share your experiences. How was it like for you? And if you didn't go through it, not everyone goes through it, so if you didn't go through it, how was it like for you? Even if you didn't go through it, maybe your excitement was even more after. So I'd like to just hear your postnatal experiences. From me, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, hit the notification bell, so that you get notified whenever I post a video. From me and mine to you and yours, it's a wrap.